He's my provider. Jehovah Nissi. Lord, you reign in victory. Jehovah Shalom. He's my Prince of Peace. Lord, I worship you because of who you are. Lord, I worship you because of who you are. Jehovah Jireh, you're my provider. Jehovah Nissi, Lord, you reign in victory. Jehovah Shalom, He's my Prince of Peace. Lord, I worship you because of who you are. Lord, I worship you because of who you are. Because of who you are, I give you glory.
Oh yes, oh yes.
Because of who you are, I give you praise. Because of who you are, I will lift my voice and say, Lord, I worship you because of who you are. Lord, I worship you because of who you are. Lord, I worship you because of who you are. Lord, I worship you because of who you
Because of who you are, God, we declare we're going to give you glory. We're going to give you honor, God. We're not going to wait on the next one sitting next to us, but God, it's all because of who you are. Hallelujah. You was there when we thought about some stuff.
Yes, God.
And so, God, it ain't about anybody else. This really is about you.
Yes, God.
Hallelujah. We love Mama, we love Daddy, but God, this one is about for who you are. Hallelujah. Because, God, when I really couldn't trust anybody else, God, you were the one I was able to turn to, and God, you fixed it so that, God, you turned my countenance around. Oh, God, you encouraged me in the midst of my storm, God. Hallelujah. I have my own testimony because of who you are, God. And so, Lord, for that, I give you praise today. Now, Lord, speak into this house, we pray. God, you begin to talk to me on the plane, and so, God, I want you to talk to us in this place. Oh, God, that we might be encouraged, that we might understand what's going on in the name of Jesus. And so, God, I'm praying that you release your anointing in this room upon our hearts for reception. And God, upon my lips, God, that I might speak what you have given unto me. In Jesus' name, amen and amen. Come on and let's give God a praise. First Samuel, the first chapter. We'll be reading from the King James Version on today. First Samuel, first chapter, verses 4 through 18. And when the time was that Elkanah offered, he gave to Nana, his wife, and to all her sons and her daughters portions. But unto Hannah he gave a worthy portion. For he loved Hannah, but the Lord had shut up her womb. And her adversary also provoked her sore, for to make her feet, for to make her fret, because the Lord had shut up her womb. And as he did so year by year, when she went up to the house of the Lord, so she provoked her. Therefore she wept and did not eat. Then said Elkanah, her husband, to her, Hannah, why weepest thou, and why eatest thou not? And why is thy heart grieved? Am not I better than thee, than 10 sons? So Hannah rose up after they had eaten in Shiloh, and after they had drunk. Now Eli the priest sat upon a seat by a post of the temple of the Lord. And she was in bitterness of soul, and prayed unto the Lord, and wept sore. And she vowed a vow, and said, O Lord of hosts, if thou wilt indeed look on thy affliction of thine handmaid, a man-child, then I will give him unto the Lord all the days of his life, and there shall no razor come upon his head. And it came to pass, as she continued praying before the Lord, that Eli marked her mouth. And now Hannah, she spoke in her heart. Only her lips moved, but her voice was not heard. Therefore Eli thought she had been drunken. And Eli said unto her, how long wilt thou be drunken? My God. Away with thy wine from thee. And Hannah answered and said, no, my Lord, I am a woman of a sorrowful spirit. I have drunk neither wine nor strong drink, but have poured out my soul before the Lord. Count not thine handmaid for a daughter of Belial, for out of thy abundance, from out of the abundance of my complaint and grief I have spoken hitherto. Then Eli answered and said, go in peace, and the God of Israel grant thee thy petition that thou hast asked of him. Verse 18, and she said, let thine handmaid find grace in thy sight. So the woman went her way and did eat, and her countenance was no more sad. Let's talk today for a little while about the void that only God can fill.
All right.
Let's just talk about this, the void
All right.
that only God could fill. I was going to call myself preaching a Mother's Day message about when mothers are forced to pray. Remember your vow, from this same passage. But as I sat on the plane and began to review and go over some more things, the Lord put in my heart the void that only God can fill. And many of us can attest to the fact that we've really been searching for some stuff, or have searched for something, and it seems like it's always a dead end. It seems like nobody can make us happy in this area. No one can love us just right in this particular area. The truth is, it's a void that only God can fill. We're going to get through here today, and we're going to go and celebrate Mother's Day. But Hannah had a situation where that she had a husband that loved her. Lord, help me today. This man loved her. He didn't treat her bad. He loved her. He gave her a worthy portion. Oh God, but something still was missing. Oh man, you can have all the debit cards.
Right.
You can have the credit cards. He can tell you, baby, spending is no issue. And you would think that would make you happy. You think that, man, God has answered all my prayers. And it might last for a month or so. But let me tell you something. When you're really longing for something from God, money cannot do this particular thing. Oh, God. And so this man loved her. Okay, he didn't poke at her like the other wife was poking at her. But he really loved her, but it was just missing. There was still a void in her life. But the problem was the Lord had shut up her womb. Good Lord from heaven. Y'all, when God done put the squeeze on us, it's only God can take the squeeze off of us.
That's right.
You can travel from this church to that church looking for a word, and ain't no word gonna come for you because God has the squeeze on you right now. And sometimes we got to really understand that. Just stand still and see the salvation of God.
Right.
Because trying to fix it is only going to delay our deliverance and our healing. But the Lord had shut up her womb on purpose. Oh man, why would God do stuff like this on purpose? Well, God always have a plan.
Yes, He does.
See, because it's about God's timing and our being ready. See, because a lot of times the timing is now, but we're not ready. And when the two match, when they come together, oh boy, you begin to beat yourself up and be like, man, what took so long? But it wasn't God, because He was sitting right there. The word said that He was nigh even in thy mouth. Oh God, and so the problem is timing and me being ready. Am I ready for what God is really ready to do in me? Or is it going to cause me to drift away? Oh, Lord. Oh, God, let's see here. And her adversary also provoked. Y'all listen, when God's already got the squeeze on, you don't need nobody else.
No, Lord. Jesus.
You know, just poking at.
That's right.
Just because they can have kids, and just because they got a good job, and just because of this, and they just poke. I mean, she was intentionally messing with this woman simply because she could not have kids. See, the problem is she don't really have a relationship with God, because if she did, she would know that this is a God thing. Oh, God, and you better leave her alone, because God comes back and deal with folks that mess with His kids. He'll come back and get you.
Yes, He will.
And we ain't even got to pray about it. Because He's seeing and He's looking for those who mess with His children. He'll come back and do it. Oh yes. And so she provoked her soul. And verse 7 said, year after year, Lord have mercy. Y'all, let me tell you something. Year after year, you searching for something. Off the call after off the call, you searching for something. Counseling session after counseling session about what he won't do and what she won't do. You searching for something, and it's only something that God can do. Oh, God. We get mad at one another. We get frustrated, and I understand it, because sometimes you can't really articulate what you got going on in the inside. But that void, you really want to explain what you need and what you're looking for, and you just can't. Y'all, have you ever been to church and you be like, man, dog, this just ain't it. But you don't want to keep going from place to place, and you be, man, Am I weird? You know, what's wrong with me? Why can't I get, it looks like everybody else is having a good time. Why can't I enjoy the Lord? Why do it? You looking for something. It's a void, and destiny is waiting on us to connect. But many times we settle. Lord, help me today. And God don't want us to keep settling. He wants us to wait.
Yes.
Stop worrying about what they gonna say. Because I didn't do it as fast as they did a couple times, and it seemed like it never worked. Seems like he'd be like, okay, I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna wait a little bit longer. Because you want it filled now. And let me tell you, year after year, the Bible says, she went to the house of the Lord. Now, let me tell you something. Sometimes you go to church a long time looking for it. You're just looking for it. And if you're not careful, you'll get discouraged. And you'll say, God is not even real. You begin to start doubting the validity of God. Because why haven't God did this for me? Oh, God. Why haven't he done it? And God has shut up her womb on purpose. Oh, God. See, the thing is that I don't know if Hannah knew that God had did this to her. Evidently, I would assume not, because she's frustrated. She bitter that the other lady, Lord help me today, can have the babies. She got to also deal with the custom of the time that says, if you don't have children, you ain't nobody. So there's a whole lot that she got to deal with it, and thank God that it's Hannah dealing with it. Because everybody ain't going to deal with it the right way. And in spite of me being bitter today, don't count me out, because it's just a moment. Oh, God. And we got to understand that there are times we're going to have moments. But don't count me out, because my moment is going to drive me to the Lord. See, because when you really done tried everything, oh, God, when they done picked at you long enough, when they done poked at you long enough, when you realize that all the money that hubby is giving me is not filling the void, oh, God, eventually you're going to get on them knees. Oh, you're going to get on them. And you're going to begin to cry out to the Lord. Because, God, I need you to do something for me that nobody else can do. Promotion, it lasted for a little while. But, God, I found myself still wanting more. See, not all the time is it greed. Sometimes it's just a longing. You know you're in the wrong place. You know that this is not right for you. But you're saying, God, what is it? And God already done put some stuff in your heart. But you don't want to execute. We don't want to execute with what he put in our heart. I can talk to you about me. When the Lord had previously had me to leave a ministry, I sat there because I wanted to help the pastor. And I liked the pastor. And it's like God was saying, it's time to go. Then it had to blow up. When he had already been putting some stuff in me that you like him, but there's something missing here for you. It's missing for you. This is not what you are accustomed to. My. You know, because as we PCS and stuff, folks that PCS just a little while before you, they call you, oh, I found about this church and all this church. Oh, you got to come, and oh, you'll fit right in. And sometimes we do stuff like this for our friends. And your friend don't really know that something is beginning to happen inside of you that I'm leaving you. We're not spiritually the same anymore. And I want something more. I've been just going along with it because I didn't want to ruffle any feathers. I didn't want nobody to feel like who he thinks he is or who she thinks, but I'm no longer there. Oh, God. It's not cool for me to do this anymore. God done dealt with me.
All right. All right.
Oh, what we used to be able to do, it's hard for me to explain it to you, but I don't want to do it no more.
All right.
It's down in me. And I believe the scriptures say deep. It's calling
Deep.
to deep. He's taking me deeper. He's taking me under where I can't really, my swimming lessons won't work. Oh, God. I can't hold my breath long enough.
All right.
To where he's pulling me to. Come on in here, some of you Jonas. Y'all know what I'm talking. You cannot last for 3 days unless it's God.
All right.
Oh, God. And he's pulling on us. Oh, God. And you don't want to hurt nobody's feelings.
Yes.
But you know something is missing.
Yes.
Oh, you in turmoil inside. Glory to God. I hope I ain't preaching no empty church in here today. Next Sunday the whole church be gone. Because you feeling something inside. But I got to deal with what he gave me on the plane.
That's right.
You know it's missing. You know your time is up on that job. You know it. You know these things. They're just working on us. And the Bible says year after year, she went to the house of the Lord. Many of us have prayed year after year about something we want. About something that we feel like is missing. But we're afraid to take a leap of faith. I heard Steve Harvey encouraging a husband and wife team that she wanted to start her own business. But the husband was scared because they had been dealing with some financial stuff and he just didn't want to keep going down in the hole. But man, you can hear the lady as she talked, her passion was coming out. And when people's passion start coming out, man, they'll do anything to make it work.
That's right.
But the husband wasn't connecting with it. And as Steve began to tell them that you just got to leap for it. If you never leap for it, you'll never know.
You'll never know.
You'll never know. I mean, and he began to talk to him until he began to cry. Because he began to realize that, man, if I wouldn't have never leaped for it, when I lost everything.
That's right.
God. When I lost everything, I leaped again. Not knowing Family Feud was going to be here. Not knowing my radio station is still going to be on. Not knowing I'm going to have all of these things going on, but I had to leap for it one more time. Oh, God. See, I know some of us tired of leaping.
All right.
Some of us tired of going
That's right.
to the house of the Lord over and over and over, and it seems like ain't no results. And they're poking at me. Lord have mercy. Just keep on coming.
All right.
Can't leave church good enough before somebody is messing with me. I can't even enjoy the word of God for the whole week because here come problems. just seem to know where I live.
All right.
It seems like I keep opening the door in my car, that as soon as I get in my car, he right there. But Hannah had to deal with this.
Right.
Oh, God. And then her husband, man, what a wonderful man. He said, am I not better to you than 10 sons? You want a baby, but what about me? I'm good to you. But that wasn't it. Oh. She's still looking for something.
That's right.
Oh. The other woman don't have 10 kids. So he said, I'm better to you than I am to her. I give you worthy portions. I only give them one portion each. But Ella Julian, it's just not the same. It's not enough. It's not enough. It's not that she's ungrateful.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, God. It's in her belly. It's down in the inside of her. Y'all say it's in Sunday school? Because I didn't even take my book with me, so well, it's just an extension of Sunday school.
Amen.
But it's inside of her belly that I want more than money. Glory to God. I need, it's just not a want, but now I need more than you treat me good.
That's right. That's right.
Even if you divorce her, and it just be me and you, that ain't gonna fix it. So it ain't a jealous issue. Oh, God. No, it's not a jealous issue. Stop getting so frustrated with us because we don't know. We just don't know. We don't know how deep it runs. And the truth is, you can't explain it. But you're upset with us at times because we cannot fill the void that you can't communicate. Because it's a God thing. It's one of those things that you will know when it's done. You won't know when God do it. And we keep trying. We keep trying. And we want to fix it, Ella June. And at the end, we get mad because jokers act like they ain't appreciative. But the truth is that we ain't even came close. Because we keep dealing with the 5 senses. And the woman don't really understand sometimes that she really have a longing that God has placed there. And she keep thinking that we ain't doing our job. My boss ain't doing what they said they was going to take care of me. You're not understanding that the Lord shut up the womb. The Lord done blocked the promotion. He done some things because he's going to do it now. But he's waiting on timing. Oh, God. And readiness to meet. He waiting on it because we're going to see that he not only give us a son, Lord have mercy, but he's going to bless us real good. Okay, so let's see here. Because the husband, we do it all that we can. But sometimes we just keep missing it. We just keep missing it. Not that we're not thoughtful. Not that we're not trying.
That's right.
Not that we don't love you. It ain't got nothing to do with nobody else. Ain't no other woman involved. Ain't got nothing to do with I love my parents more than I love you. I ain't got nothing to do with I love my children more than I love. No. I just don't know how. God haven't revealed it to me what you're dealing with. So, verse 10 says, and she was in bitterness of soul and prayed unto the Lord. and wept sore. And she vowed a vow and said, O Lord of hosts, if thou wilt indeed look on the affliction of thine handmaid, and remember me, and not forget thine handmaid, but will give unto thine handmaid a man-child, then I will give him unto the Lord all the days of his life, and there shall no razor come upon his head. Be careful when we get desperate of the deals we start making with God.
All right.
See, because when we feel like our clock is running out, God, this bill got to be paid. God, this has to be done. Lord, if I don't do it by this time, it ain't going to never happen. But Lord, if you just do this, I'm going to be careful. Let your yea be yea, and your nay be nay. That's all he requires of us. All of this, God, let's do pinkies. No. God, don't get into no pinky thing with the Lord. Just go ahead on and say to the Lord, Lord, I need you.
Yes.
Don't cut no deals with him, because the Bible talks about it's better not to make a vow than to break one. So don't get into no, God, if you do this, then I'm going to do that. No. Unless you really mean it. Unless you know you can reach that point. Now, most of us in this room, I believe this. Now, I could be wrong. We wasn't ready for this one. That the thing I've been going to church and praying about for years, asking you for, I'm going to bow to you, I give it back. I want it, but I give it back. I don't think you was going to make no deal with the Lord on right. I know I wasn't in no deal making with Daphne. Glad you gave it to her, but I didn't promise you nothing, Lord. No, but I live right, but I didn't promise you her. But this woman prayed for years about something. God ended up giving it to her, but before he gives it to her, she promises. She vowed that I will give him back. Not for 2 months. But for all of his life. Not the kind of giving back that we do when we bring them up here, we hold them up. Lord, we dedicate Daphne to you all of her life, and she go home with us. That's cool. Some of you didn't go home. According to study now, the normal customs was after 3 years they had weaned the child. So she kept the baby for 3. She gave him up to go work in the house of the Lord. Good Lord from heaven. At the age of 3. And so she only see her promise. Lord, help me today. When they go up, because they don't live right down the street. They only see the promise when they go up. Oh, God. Man, you're talking about faith and a relationship with God. Hannah had a relationship with God. That she can make this vow and follow through with it.
That's right, and keep it.
Yes. You can see God's hand all over. Lord have mercy. So I just want to let you know, be careful. When you start making vows and cutting deals with the Lord to get this and to get that, remember, He expecting you to hold your end of the bar.
That's right.
And sometimes, Lord forgive me, I'm sorry, that don't always clear the debt.
Right.
You might be forgiven, but the consequences that come behind it might last a little while. Let's keep talking here. And it came to pass as she continued praying before the Lord that Eli marked her mouth. Now Hannah, she spake in her heart, and her lips moved, but her voice was not heard. Therefore Eli thought she had been drunken. And Eli said unto her, how long wilt thou be drunken? Now let me tell you something. Sometimes the pastor and the preacher ain't going to understand where you at. We don't have crystal balls where we can just look at, and God don't just download everything to the pastor. And so as I look over the congregation, I see everybody. And I hear people say, I see all these chairs. I don't see them all full. I see them empty. I desire them to be full. I see you all, but I don't see bodies sitting in the chairs. And there are times that I can't see, preachers can't see where you at, what you're dealing with, how bad it is. And then to say, when a member or somebody commits suicide, why didn't the pastor know? Wasn't he spiritual? No, it ain't got nothing to do with being spiritual. God don't share everything with the pastor. And Eli didn't see this one. My God, he didn't see it. And really, the blessing is not only for her, really the blessing is for him. And he still didn't see it. Oh, so sometimes the preachers don't even know our level of frustration when we come in the building. And we just hug and God bless you. And you frustrated. You tired. Don't nobody know. It wasn't revealed in prayer. God kept it a secret between you and him. Evidently, God got a plan if he done kept it a secret. And now we just got to wait with God. And so we got to start learning how to judge situations that we find ourselves in, because when we've been praying about stuff and God ain't revealed it to nobody, we've been in the presence of prophets and all of it, and God didn't reveal it to nobody, he's keeping that thing close hold. Why? Timing and readiness. He's waiting on us. Oh God. Let's get on through here. Verse 16 says this. No, verse 15 said, and Hannah answered and said, no, my Lord, I'm a woman of a sorrowful spirit. I have not drunken neither wine nor strong drink, but have poured out my soul before the Lord. Count not thine handmaid for a daughter of Belial. Don't count me for the people that do evil stuff. For out of the abundance of my complaint and grief, I have spoken hitherto. Now that let me know that I'm not going to always be joyous when I go to pray. Sometimes when I go to pray, it might be from an attitude. But I have to my attitude. Because I just simply don't understand God. Why? And I know they told us growing up in church that we should not ask to question the Lord, but y'all, sometimes you need to say, why? And get God to talking to us. Because we need to understand, because it's driving us to do some things that we will never do. And if we don't really get a hold to this thing quickly, we're going to be a statistic. So Lord, why? Because nothing seemed to be working. And Eli answered and said, go in peace. And the God of Israel grant thee thy petition. After he done accused her of being drunk. And she have to fix him and let him know that, no, my Lord, I'm not drunk. I just need something from God. She didn't even tell him her prayer. She said, I just need something. I poured out my heart to the Lord. Then he said, just go in peace. God will do it for you. Basically, that's what he's telling her. Oh, God. And then it said, Eli answered and said, go in peace. Okay, verse 18. And she said, let thine handmaid find grace in thy sight. So the woman went her way and did eat, and her countenance was no more sad. Y'all, before she got the promise, God had fixed her from the inside. God was waiting on her, Lord help me today, to be ready. See, the ready place with God is, I'm willing to give it up.
Yes.
And many times we miss that because we think we're ready so we can do. And God is saying the ready place is, I'm yours. So what you give me, I'll give it back if that's what you want. Do y'all follow what I'm saying? That's when we're ready. When we can say, okay, God, you gave it to me, but I know it's yours.
Yes.
So if you call upon it, I give it up. Are you ready? For what you've been praying for years to turn around and say, God, I mean, are you from a heart standpoint ready to say, okay, God,
Help us, Lord.
if you bless me with it, if you want it, I give it up. Y'all, that's ready.
Real.
Oh yeah, that's real ready. And the amazing thing, Sister Lily, is we're ready in certain areas. But we ain't ready across the board. Yeah. Oh, I'm not ready across the board. Do I want it? Yes, but God, I'm not ready across the board. I'm not ready for the Lord to really give me enough to get out of debt. And before I can pay it, he said, give it up. Oh, it sounds like it'll be easy because we got all the words, all 66 books. But you've been praying for years now.
Yes.
And now he give it to you. And you got to say, okay, God, here it is. Are you ready? Because he's ready to do the void. He's ready to fix the void. Because as we continue to read on, the Bible says the Lord gives her 5 more children.
Yes, he does.
All she wanted was one. She prayed for years just for one.
Yes, Lord.
But she found herself ready. And she said, you can have it. Man, God took notice of it. God took notice of it and said, you can't outdo me. Yeah, you can't outdo me. All these years that the caterpillar, the cankerworm has eaten away, I'm going to restore them. I'm going to give you 5 children. Oh, you go from being humiliated in public, from having no children for years, to having 5 children simply because you honored your vow. Her void got filled. Her void seemed like it got went into overflow mode. But this is what the Lord shared with me today to give to you. That there's a void only he can fill. Stop spending all your money trying to fill it. Because we'll go broke trying to do trips, cruises. Ain't nothing wrong with it. I want to go on one. I want to go on several. But it ain't got nothing to do with a void.
I know that's right.
It's just simply what I want to do. If I don't get it, I'm cool. But there are some voids in this room that I have to encourage you. You're going to have to cry out to the Lord. It hasn't been filled yet because you really haven't put a demand like you really want it on. Because we'll go at it a couple of days, a month. She went at it for some years. Going at it, going at it. And eventually she got to a point where she said, okay, you know, God, drastic measures calls for some drastic action. I give him up. And it seemed like God was just waiting on her to say, if you bless me, I give him back to you. I don't know if we're ready. I don't know. And I'm talking from the pulpit to the door. I don't know if we're ready in all areas. Come on, let's stand.